Okay, we're back. Alright, so I'm not sure how exactly this is gonna go because I have some things downloading currently in the background of this video game. Besides that, well, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. We haven't been given any options. I wonder, because usually I don't really bother to look into the game, so I really go into it pretty blind. So I wonder if this is more like a kinetic, where there's no dialogue options. If there was some options, I don't recall. If you want something else, that's okay too. There's a lot of food stalls around here. I can show you the good ones. It's fine. You don't have to. Alright, then it's settled. Let's get to the restaurant. Eh? Just like that? She linked my arms with hers and led me to a diner across the road. I tried to decline her politely, but I could not utter a strong enough reason to avoid her. It was forward and uncouth of her to push me around like that, but I hazarded to say anything to her about it. I wanted to get home as quickly as possible without any fuss or a hassle. If I have to go along with this, then so be it. My poor shoes were being held hostage by this weird woman. I was led into a small Hong Kong-style diner. It was an unremarkable restaurant. A diner like this could be found in any district around Hong Kong. Sam pulled out the remarkable colorful plastic chair out for me. I hesitantly took my seat. I observed her set her that's correct. I observed her set her mysterious bag down on the table as if it was a normal and everyday thing to do. She handed me a menu that she grabbed from the next table over. I quickly glanced at it. The menu items were typical. I wasn't thinking of eating much. I was more concerned about the bag she brought from the pet store. An outer paper bag shielded her aquatic purchase from glances of other restaurant patrons. I was bewildered. She treated it like a purchase from the vegetable market, setting it on the table like that. I kept my handbag close to my side. Before I could continue with my thoughts, a waitress came over to take our order. Have you decided? Have you decided? Order as you please. Give me a moment. Alright, I'll order first. I'll get the beef brisket with rice noodles. I'll add a milk tea with that. Oh, and I'll get the chef salad for takeout. And that's it for me. I'll order the clubhouse sandwich. Anything to drink? The tea is fine, thank you. Eating a sandwich for dinner? This place is known for their beef briskets. I don't like to eat too much after 9 p.m. If you have too many carbohydrates in the late night, you'll gain weight easily, you know. Really? Is that true? I eat late every day. Well, maybe not for you. The waitress came back and placed on the table her order of milk tea. The cobbler's daughter proceeded to pour a whole sachet of sugar into the already sugary drink without tasting it first. She stirred in the sugar and took a sip. She reached for another sugar packet and was about to tear it open before she stopped herself. I must have made a face subconsciously. I think it's fine as long as you eat in moderation. You should eat more, in fact. You want some of my brisket? Huh? No, thank you. I'm not that hungry. Do you work in an office? Those heels you dropped off are really impressive. Yes? I work in a publishing company as a secretary. And OL? Well, anyone would have figured. Your suit really gives it away. It's not like being an OL is something to hide. Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, OL is office lady. It's too bad your shoe broke. Your sandals right now really don't match your getup. She's upset. Are you making fun of me? No, I just think it's really interesting. An OL wearing bright pink kitchen slippers to work? How refreshingly empowering. Empowering? What do you mean by that? Like someone who can command the attention of the whole room. It was an accident that I broke my heels on my way to work. These slippers were just a replacement. Please don't try to categorize me as something based on one thing. Well, you still went around town with them. That's gutsy. I would have picked out something less conspicuous to wear instead. It's not like I had time to find something else to wear. Alright, let's leave it at that. Say, do you have an aquarium? Huh? You were looking at the goldfish earlier. Oh. No, I just like looking at the animals. I see. That's cute. Cute? Can I ask you then? Are you a cat person or a dog person? I'm both. By the way, I'm both. Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, we got options. Okay. Ooh, alright. We'll play for like an hour. Oh. As you can see, I don't have much good memory. Alright. What you want, Willow? Willow's my doggo, and I do got a few cats. They get along quite fine. The dog prefers to keep a distance from the cats because she's been a bit traumatized from them. But at this point, the cats have gotten so used to her that they throw themselves on her. They'll rub themselves up against her because they like the smell of when she's outside. She'll bring like the smell of the heat of the sun, and they like that smell. So they'll tend to throw themselves on top of her and start rubbing all over, and she's like, no. Yeah. Generally she don't mind them. It's just every now and then she tends to kind of stiffen up with them when they're like overly affectionate with her. But she does like to play with them. They do occasionally chase each other. Right now I'm throwing the ball for her, so if you hear like clank clank and boom boom, it's because I'm throwing the ball. I just got free time, so I figured I might as well play with her while I'm playing the game. Killing two birds with one stone. Alright, so unfortunately there is not an option for both. Let's see. Well, this character tends to remind me more of a dog, so maybe we'll go with a dog. A little bit more happy-go-lucky like a dog. I see. Why did you ask? It's nothing really. I just wanted to make a light conversation. I see. Do you keep any pets? I saw you bought fish food. I don't. The fish food is for my dad. Well, not him, but for his fish. Oh. How about yourself? In the corner of my eye, I saw the bag that she had put on the table was about to fall over. I heard a rustling noise. I wasn't sure what was in her bag, but whatever it was alive and trying to escape. She caught it before it fell off the dining table. She placed the bag again on the table, this time tucking it between the container of chili oil and the salt and pepper shakers. No. I see. Well, I kept a turtle before. It was more my father's pet turtle. I didn't really care for it. That's okay. You know, my dad really loves his pet fish. I bought extra food for the fish. You can take some for the turtle. She motioned to take out the bag for all to see in the restaurant. Wait! Please, save it for yourself. I don't have the turtle anymore. Oh no, I'm sorry, the poor turtle. Well, I'm not sure what happened to it. Huh? It ran away? A turtle? No. We let him go in the pond when my family moved. The public pond? Well, a lot of things happened at that time. This got awkward so fast. Okay, good, save. Oh, we haven't introduced each other yet. My family name is Wong. My given name is... you can call me Sam though. I have a small video store just around the corner near here. Oh really? That's interesting. The shop is called Diamond Videos. It's a humble little store, but I have all sorts of movies if you're interested in a recommendation. What's your name? My English name is Michelle. What a powerful name. Please don't say my name out loud like that. It sounds so much like a pecking opera stage name. I wish my mother gave me a more cheerful name like yours. Huh? I think it's a beautiful name, and graceful, that your mother has given you. I think it's a beautiful and graceful name that your mother has given you. When I was in school, there were 5 other kids by the same name in my class. It was terribly confusing. Really? That must have been troublesome. Alright. So, what made you choose Michelle as your English name? A lot of people I've met pick a name phonetically. I cannot pronounce that, unfortunately. Similar to their Chinese name. Oh, sorry, something just popped up on my screen. I gotta update something. Downloading things and updating things. Ah, yes, hold on. I gotta get this updated. It was my father who suggested that name to me. He said it was from an English song. I thought it sounded nice. Oh! Isn't that from a famous song? I might have the record somewhere. Really? I don't really listen to much Western music. That's alright. What music do you listen to then? I like artists like, these two here. I see. So you like Mandarin folk? Well, that's interesting. I can see why you like it. I like singers who express a lot of emotion in their songs, not just in Mandarin. I also like this one. Is that so? I love her. Her fashion and singing is top-notch, isn't it? Yes, it is. I've been following her since she won the new talent competition. I admire how hard she works. Right? She's an impressive artist and an inspirational artist. Do you have a cassette player? I do. Would you like to listen to the mix I got? I got one of her and other artists like that I like on this. she showed me a cassette tape she had in her pocket. She had one of those portable cassette players clipped onto her pants. On the cassette label was a handwritten playlist. I didn't recognize the names of the musicians other than the one I mentioned. I saw she had the names of English artists written down, but I didn't know who they were. It's alright. No, I have a bunch of these. I used to work in a record store some time ago, so I made them when the day was slow. It's fine, you don't need to. Aw. I'll look into it later. Where did your name come from, Sam? It doesn't sound like your Chinese name at all. A friend picked it out for me. When I was younger, I usually worked late tending the record store. It was a shop my friend had helped manage. At the end of the day, she'll come over to collect the money from the register, and she'll ask me to eat a late dinner with her. She was my senior, so she would say, "Let's eat dinner." Okay. She said it every time she saw me in the evening that she stopped addressing me by my Chinese name. She just greeted me with that phrase. So one day, she got the bright idea of just calling me Samantha. We worked at a semi-popular record store then. Sometimes, English speakers would come in looking for certain records. My friend said it was better to have an English name. It makes it easier for business. So that's how the name Samantha stuck. I didn't like it at first. In fact, I felt that my friend was ridiculing me with that name. I adopted it to Sam, and before I knew it, everyone started calling me by that. I grew to like it. I see. That's an interesting story. Samantha. It's hard to say. That's why I don't mind people shortening it to Sam. Easier to say and easier to spell. Feels more personal too. I see. You're not eating your salad. I don't really like fruit salad when it's too creamy. Don't waste it then. You should have gotten your sandwich with fries instead. I didn't know it would be this kind. It's always this kind of salad at these restaurants. Anyway, I'll eat it if you don't want it. They'll just trash it if you don't finish it. There's a lot of people starving in the world. Alright. If you really insist. Thank you, I'll help myself. You're really eating it. What's that? You laugh at me? I just think you're pretty interesting. We just met and now you're finishing my meal? Well, I think if you live your life with too many reservations, you'll miss out on all the fun. You'll end up getting constipated too. Just from not having this salad? Well, maybe if you always don't eat salad. It's not like I don't eat any salad. Okay, give it back. I'll have some too. Now you're laughing at me? You're too funny. That's what I should be saying to you. We continued talking about this and that after finishing the meal. Sam had an interesting perspective on things, I have to admit. Hold on. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm waiting for my father to come home. He hasn't come home yet, so... I was just checking the cameras to make sure to see if maybe... because it went off, so I thought maybe he was here. I heard car door, but it's the neighbor. I suppose it wasn't bad to pass time with company like this. Shall we head back? Your shoes should be fixed by now. Oh, already? Okay, let's get the bill. I already got it. When? When you were in the washroom earlier. That's not fair. Here, take this. No, I asked you to dinner and ate most of your food. I had to get takeout for my dad anyway. Still, what did I say about having no reservations? Alright then, next time is on me, okay? Okay. Let's have sukiyaki next time. Sukiyaki? That's not fair. How about sushi then? Huh? If you can limit yourself to just one plate. I'm just joking. We walked back to the shoe cobbler together. I couldn't bring myself to ask her age. I guess she was a few years older than me. She gave me the air of an older sister. I laughed lightly to myself. An older sister wearing a t-shirt and sneakers? A younger sister wearing a full blazer suit? The thought of it was amusing. Michelle? What's so funny? Huh? It's nothing. The shop's the other way. Huh? I remembered wrong. You don't come here often. No, not really. Follow me, this way. It's just a quick walk back. Okay. Here you are. Hey, Dad, we're back. Oh, you girls came back together. Are the shoes finished? Of course, I finished them a long time ago. As expected from the Grand Master. Don't call me that. Oh, here's your fish food and your dinner. Don't get the bags mixed up. I won't. Thank you. Huh? There's only one box. Did you eat already? I already ate with Michelle. Huh? With her? Thank you, sir. Here's the payment. I'll come by again next time if I need another repair done. No need to be so polite. Come by anytime. I gave Mr. Wong the payment for his service in exchange for my repaired shoes. Finally, my ordeal is over. I should head out. Alright. I'll be going home. It's gotten quite late now. My bad for keeping you long. I appreciate you for keeping me company. No, I should thank you. Thanks for taking care of me today. My pleasure. Are you taking the subway? I can walk you to the station entrance. No, it's fine. I decided to take a taxi instead. Okay, I already see one coming down this way. I'll help you flag it down. Sam raised her hand and a passing taxi immediately pulled over to the side of her. She opened the passenger seat door for me. Thanks. Michelle? It was nice meeting you. I enjoyed talking with you. Me too. Sam seemed to wait for my response. I looked away. I felt an anticipatory gaze from Sam. Something about the way she looked at me made my heart pound. I didn't know why it made me feel this way. I never had such a feeling before with anyone. The taxi's loud radio filled the void of silence between us. I should say something to her, at least. Ooh, okay. Let's go with... Hey, hey, calm down. Hey! Stop. Okay. We're good. Okay. See how far? 25 minutes in already. If you already got little feelings for her, I'll visit your store. And we can talk more next time. Michelle. Yes. I'll look forward to it. Sam? I wanted to say something more, but before I could speak, the taxi driver laid his horn. Let's not keep the taxi driver waiting. I hope to see you again sometime. Bye-bye. I got in the car. Sam closed the door, and the taxi sped off away into the night. In a few turns, the car had left the place. I forgot to say goodbye to her. It had taken me longer than expected, but I accomplished what I had set out to do today. I opened the bag that I had received from Mr. Wong. I examined the shoes. The heel was repaired perfectly. There were no signs of damage to be found. It looked as good as new, exactly what Mr. Wong had promised. It had been quite a day of mishap, but in the end I couldn't help giggling to myself in the taxi. Funny how things worked out sometimes. Sam and Mr. Wong were a particular daughter and father pair. They talked so nonchalantly, I would have thought that they were more siblings instead. I guess some families were like that. Okay, give me a minute. No, that's not what I meant. I'm gonna pause this real quick. Okay, we're back. I guess some families were like that. They're certainly interesting people. Especially that girl, Sam. Sometimes inconveniences can lead to memorable moments beyond what could ever be expected. I haven't let myself go with the flow of things for so long that I had almost forgotten this feeling. It was nice sometimes. I met someone new tonight. A shoe cobbler's daughter. A video store owner. I wondered if our paths would cross like this again. The taxi made a turn off the bypass. I'd be home in a few moments. I could put my feet up and indulge myself in a good novel. My feet were just throbbing after a long day of running back and forth from here and there. I took a peek at my shoes again. I was excited to wear these shoes tomorrow. They were polished and shiny. They looked even better than before. My building complex came into view. I hope my mother didn't mind me coming home a bit later than usual. I had returned home quite late. I stepped into my house. The kitchen lights were off. My mother must have eaten dinner by now. She probably cleaned up and had gone to bed already. Mother? Oh. I saw cooked dishes left out on the dining table. She didn't have to leave food out for me every time. I heard the sound of my mother's bedroom door open. Mother, I'm home. My mother appeared out of her bedroom with a frown on her face. Why are you home so late? You should have called me. I was worried. I'm sorry. I had broken the heel of my shoe and I went to get it fixed after work. I didn't think it would take as long as it did to get it repaired. Did you eat yet? Yes, I had something while waiting. Then remember to call me next time. All this food I made for you is cold. I'm sorry. Don't be out so late again. If you need to run an errand, have it done during the day. The streets are dangerous for a young woman like you. Yes, Mother. I understand. I'm so tired now after waiting up with worry. Pack up the food for me. I'm going to sleep now. Okay. I'm sorry to have made you worry. My mother walked back into her bedroom as quick. Is that quietly? I would have figured it would have said quickly. My mother walked back into her bedroom as quietly as she came. I packed up the food she had left for me as silently as I could. I had forgotten about my mother. It was my habit to call her if something came up at work for me to come home late. If I forgot to let her know, she would wait up all night worrying about me. It was my fault to have provoked such a feeling. Seeing her leave out a meal for me on the kitchen table made my heart swell with guilt. Whatever energy that I had earlier had all left me by now. I was all wrung out. I should finish cleaning the dishes and wash up. I had another day at work tomorrow. That girl Sam. It must be nice to be so carefree like that. I'm not sure what Mr. Wong had done. Whether it was his sheer craftsmanship or if it was by some occult power. All I knew was that he had done transformative work on my shoes. My heels were even more comfortable to wear compared to before. I wonder if he had adjusted the heel length on them. I felt taller and more confident with every step I took. My calf looked more slender and shapely wearing them. Perhaps next time I'll try wearing them without pantyhose. What a time-honored skill Mr. Wong must possess. I'm sure many people will rely on his service for years and years to come. I wish I could write a review for him. He certainly deserves the praise. Today was just flying by. My commute to work was smooth. I was even able to get a seat on the subway on the way to work. I suppose for every bad day, a good day will come to make up for it. There was a lull in the day. I went for a sit-in lunch. My usual restaurant had hardly a queue to get inside. Miss, your usual order? Today I'll have the curry beef brisket, please. What? Do you need to go outside? Alright, I gotta pause real quick. I will come back. Okay. It was a wonderful seamless day. I was thinking I could leave work early. Hey. Yes? You're leaving already? Yes, that's right. You forgot about me already? You're the new hire in the accounting department. Johnny? It's Joey. Right. Joey, I apologize. That's okay. We never formally introduced ourselves to each other. I've only been here for a few weeks. Your name is Michelle, right? Or should I call you Slippers? Okay, fuck off. Fuck off. You're not cute. This isn't cute. Please, don't call me that. I was hoping people would forget about that already. But it's so funny. Hey, has anyone said that you look a bit like, this one person? Peach Child. The Japanese pop idol. Huh? Yeah, don't you think so? No way. Okay, this is just so off-putting. No way. There's no way I would look like a pop singer. Don't be so modest. I'll show you our photo book. What the hell? Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I have a few Japanese idols photo books, and they're cute, but they're also mainly kind of aimed towards men, because they have quite a bit of bikini they have quite a bit of bikini shots, and a few quite a bit of suggestive poses. I have one where she's like in a bathtub. She's fully clothed, but she's like in a bathtub with yeah. That's probably not something you should. What are you doing? You really look like her. You don't have to go so far as to do that. What is it? I don't see you wearing those slippers today. You got your shoes fixed? Oh, please don't tease me about it anymore. Even the supervisor was heckling me about it this morning. It's a great story, though. Don't you think it adds more to your character? Character? When I first saw you, I thought you were like a boss character. Boss character? Mrs. Tam is our boss. Not that kind of boss. I meant to say that you seemed hard to approach at first. So for you to come into work in slippers like that, it's like, oh, a weakness. I mean it as a compliment. I don't quite understand, but I appreciate your compliment. Yeah. You're heading home now. Yes, I was just about to go. Oh, me too. You take the Wayne line, right? I'll go with you. Okay then. There's this noodle house that just opened. I heard from some of my friends that it's pretty good. Do you want to try it with me? It's really... The next station, doors will open to your right. The train had been slowing down to stop at the next station. And as I was about to answer, I was pushed by the other commuters looking to get off at the stop. Commuters. You okay, Michelle? You gotta be like water and evade other people on the train. Yes, I got distracted. So, what about that noodle place? I'm sorry, I have to get off here. I thought you had a few more stops. How would you know that? How? No, we probably ride the same train together anyway, so. I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe that's how he knows. I forgot I had something I needed to pick up. Next time, okay? Okay. It's not a big deal. There's always a next time. I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, see you tomorrow. I kind of feel like she's kind of a pretty blunt and slightly awkward character. Which is why I'm not no voice actor, but I can at least try and changed the tone of my voice, or at least I think I changed the tone of my voice. But I kind of feel like saying her lines quite slower would be more fitting to my impression of this character. I'm not sure why I made up such an excuse to get away from him. From what I've heard, Joey's a good, respectable guy. I heard from other co-workers that he had studied abroad and had only recently returned to Hong Kong upon completing his graduate studies. I'm sure there's a lot I could talk to him about, and yet here I am. I was back in the same district where I had my shoes fixed the other day. Ew, that was disgusting. I forgot which one was my cup, and I drank something. That was not my cup. Oh, that's disgusting. I should take my time to look around. It'll be awkward if I get back on the train and I run into Joey by accident at the next stop. Since I was already here, I could take a look at the shops for a bit. I didn't have a chance to really browse the shops because of that girl Sam the other day. Now that I think of it, didn't she mention she had a shop around here? It shouldn't be too far of a walk from here. Did she mention which shop it was, or are we just gonna try and find her? Oh, yes she did. Oh, dummy me. A video store. A video store. I had no expectations to actually come across the video store of that girl I had met yesterday. Besides the streetlight level storefront. Besides the street level store. No, I'm saying that right. Besides the street level storefronts, there were a multitude of stores located within indoor shopping arcades, and as well the many outdoor market stores that were scattered across this whole neighborhood district. Sam had only vaguely mentioned the location of her store. To find such a specific store without a specific address, I might as well have searched for a needle in a haystack. Did she even want me to find her store? She should have given me a business card if she did. Diamond Videos. What kind of store name was that? Diamond would be more suitable for something a little more valuable than video cassettes. I giggled to myself. At this rate, perhaps it might just be a diamond in the rough, if I could find it. I didn't put too much hope in it though. I walked through a whole shopping arcade and I've yet to come across her store. Nonetheless, I kept walking. I was testing out my shoes. My feet carried me forward without effort. My shoes felt comfortable and light. It was satisfying to hear the sound of the heel hitting the pavement. Actually, it kinda is. Like, have you ever heard that? Like, clack, 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 clack. Perfection. I passed by a few electronic stores. I saw from the window that they had an assortment of televisions and stereo devices for sale. I did not see any stores having home videos. Perhaps my father would have known better than me where to find a store like this. If he was alive, I'm sure he would still be coming to this neighborhood to regularly look at the store. He would be coming to this neighborhood to regularly look at the stereo devices on display. He had always liked to tinker with his sound system. In the past, I would have asked him to bring me along with him on his free weekends, and I would take a look at the new records in the shops nearby. My mother would also come along to look for Chinese opera records. That was many years ago. Things changed fast around here. I could hardly recognize any of the stores now. I had walked a few blocks and reached the end of the street. I looked left and right. It seems like there wasn't a lot of stores ahead. I looked up. There was a throbbing neon sign above me. It might just be throbbing. What the fuck? I looked up. There was a strobing neon sign above me. It might just be the video, adult video. Maybe throbbing video. That would have been more perfect. Let me. Is there not? Yeah. I stand corrected. I looked up. There was a throbbing neon sign above me. It might just be adult videos. Oh, that was a good one. I craned my head to do a double take. I saw there was a massage parlor in the unit above. A CD movie theater was in the building beside it. My left eye twitched. I've been looking at a computer monitor all day. What I should do is kick back at home with a cool compress over my eyes. Oh, and she should probably mention to her mom. That way we don't bother getting scolding from her again. That's sounding way too much like my mom. Ooh. I forgot to do that the other night. The heat of the buildings and all the people on the streets made the night air here humid and dense. I felt a bit uncomfortable, like there was something heavy wrapping itself around me. If I continued down the street corner, I'd enter the grittier part of Portland Street. Should I try another street? I peered ahead and I saw a street sign asking office ladies to be wary of pickpockets. Huh? Perhaps not. I glanced at my wristwatch. It was getting late. It's about time I called it quits and headed home. I clicked my heels together 3 times and chuckled to myself. There's no place like home. She definitely does have a good sense of humor. She's not as uptight as I originally thought her to be, because, I mean, she does laugh. She definitely does laugh at little things that she finds odd. As I was turning around, I felt the shadow of someone walk past me. The person walked quickly behind me. It wasn't anything, but it felt suspicious. Yeah, very. I tried to catch a glimpse of that person before they got away. In the corner of my eye, I saw that it was a woman in a long robe dress. It was much like a Cantonese opera stage costume. She had long wavy hair. I vaguely recalled seeing Sam? It was the first thought that came into my mind. I wasn't exactly sure who it was, but the profile was close enough to Sam's to make me question my eyesight. Whoever it was, they gave off a strange energy, enough to throw me off kilter. Even though I was just complaining about the warm, humid weather in my mind earlier, the air around me soon felt cold. I composed myself. I was heading home anyway. It was just not my luck to find a video store today. I continued my walk back in the direction from which I came. But as I continued walking, I noticed shops that I did not recall seeing earlier. There was a store that carved wood caskets, and a few others selling paper effigies, altars, incense, and lanterns. It struck me as strange, as though I had been walking in the opposite direction of the temple street where such stores were common in that area. Had I really walked down the wrong street? I looked left, right, forward, and back. I realized I had wandered somewhere quite far from where I started out. I didn't recognize the road signs nor any of the landmarks. The quietness of the street was quite unsettling. I coughed from the thick plumes of incense smoke in the air. It was eerie how one wrong turn can make a world of difference. I walked for a long time without seeing another pedestrian. I tried not to think about it. I hastened my pace. I wanted to get back to the station or hail a taxi. There was no passing taxi, and despite how far I kept walking, I couldn't seem to find my way back to the station. I was getting more and more lost in the labyrinth of small and narrow streets. Sorry. My doggy licked my hand and it kind of scared me. It scared me. I thought she was sleeping, so it felt weird for this sudden. I crossed the next street, and I felt something wet drip on my head. Oh no. It was a water droplet. I wasn't underneath a rain cloud, nor was I underneath hanging laundry or an air conditioner. I felt uncomfortable. The hair on my neck rose. I could feel the intense stare of someone behind me. I quickly turned around. I saw an old woman looking at me. She was seated on a small stool on the street corner. Her eyes were sunken deep with age. She wore a black traditional dress robe and she combed her hair in a tight bun. Her dress hid most of her body, but I could see that she was quite a small person. Her back was bent forwards and scoliosis, making her appear even smaller. Lotus flowers were placed on a mat beside her. She appeared to be selling them. She didn't appear to be someone dangerous. Rather, she seemed to me like a gentle and lonely old woman who lived a lifetime of honest but hard labor. A coin for a flower seemed like a small pittance, but it could mean a meal for her. I reached for my coin purse. Young lady, haven't you realized that there's another path? Sometimes the road won't appear until you take the first step towards it. Huh? I looked up, and somehow, the old lady merchant had disappeared right before my eyes. The street corner where I thought she sat had no one. Behind it was just an empty alleyway. I stood dumbfounded. There was not a trace of her. No stool, no mat, not even a lotus petal was left behind. Divine intervention. It's almost 9 o'clock. My father's still not home yet. I was starting to feel quite frightened. Where did she go? Had I been seeing and hearing things this whole time? I asked myself. I suppose this is what I got for walking alone in an unfamiliar place. I approached the alley. I had to get a closer look. Perhaps it was just my eyes playing tricks on me. My heart started racing as I cautiously approached the alley, and I peered in, thinking, praying that it wasn't all a malicious ploy by someone out to get me. But rest assured, there was not a soul. I suppose the old lady packed up her things and left. I looked through the alleyway again. I saw in the distance a familiar blinking sign. I realized I could cut through the alley to where I was earlier. I took my chances. I didn't think too much. A dark alley has its dangers, but at this moment I was more afraid of being stuck in somewhere unfamiliar place. I hated the feeling of being lost. I hightailed it through the alley. And as soon as I stepped out of it, I felt the air pressure immediately change. The street was bustling with human activity. It was warm and humid. I didn't mind it as much this time, but it was comforting to hear the sounds and chatter of people going about their business. I was back to where I started, before everything strange started happening. Ironically enough, it was the blinking adult video sign that signaled me back to this place. I was about to head out, this time in the correct direction, when I heard the muffled sounds of someone calling my name. Michelle? Excuse me. Where was it coming from? Michelle! I heard my name being called out again. I looked across the street and I saw her standing outside a store. It was Sam. She had the door open and gestured for me to come inside. It was a tiny and dimly lit shop sandwiched between what looked like questionable establishments. I hadn't noticed her store even though I had walked past it earlier. My eyes weren't fooling me this time, right? It was indeed Sam. Her smile, her gestures. It was without a doubt Sam. I was a little unnerved by what had happened earlier, but I felt much more at ease to see a friendly face. Sam's excitement to see me was earnest. I would put behind me the strange sequence of events. It'll be a later date when I have to recall the words of the old lady. Sam welcomed me into her store. It was a video store exactly as she had described. Her store wasn't too big. Her counter was small. She had for a seat a folding chair and a stool that also appeared to double as a dining table in times of need. The store was stacked. What? The store was stacked floor to ceiling, with shelves and boxes of videotapes and laser discs. A small TV was plugged in near where she sat. It had a video of a black and white film playing. Hey, Michelle. I saw you walking outside earlier. You alright? You look a little dazed. I'm fine. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. Was there something you were looking for today? Or were you looking for me? I mean, we know what we're going for. I don't even know why it's an option. Let me. I was just in the air. No, that's not the one we were looking for. No, I wanted to take a look at your shop. I wanted to take a look at your video store. Really? I'm happy to hear that. Please, take a look around. If you find something you like, I'll give you a special discount. Okay. I looked around. She had the typical assortment of contemporary American and Asian films, television dramas, karaoke discs, and direct-to-home videos. Sam also had a section of classic Hollywood films such as Sound of Music and Casablanca. I remember I watched some of these films with my mother when I was younger. I wondered if my mother would want to watch these films with me again. The thought had never occurred to me that I could revisit these films with home video. I felt Sam's eyes on me. She acted as if she was flipping through her ledger, but she was definitely looking at me. She had a slight grin at the corner of her lips. I didn't like being stared at. I picked up a tape off the shelf and read the back cover. Cover? I didn't have any particular movie I wanted to watch, but I didn't want Sam to think that I came over to her store just to loiter, right? Loiter? I wasn't much of a movie goer. The last time I watched a movie in theaters must have been 2 years ago. I prefer to instead read a book from the comfort of my home. I like being able to follow along something at my own pace. It's not that I dislike movies. I want to be able to feel something, anything, out of my own thoughts and by volition. Okay, I get that. I totally get that. Sometimes you gotta consume yourself in something in order to escape from the reality that you are currently in. I don't like being forced to feel in such a way because of some graphic image on screen. I wonder what about film that made Sam get into this kind of business. And with that, we played for an hour. I have like some lasagna in the microwave. I really want to go eat, so we'll save. Yes. Okay, so we'll stop here, and I can wind up downloading the thing I wanted to download. So I will see you guys maybe in a little bit, or maybe tomorrow. I'm not entirely too sure, but we'll get around to playing this game.